Hi guys, so in today's video, I want to break down the meaning of a high value man, because this term is being thrown about a lot and I think there's a lot of confusion and misconceptions. So I want to give some clarification on what a high value man actually is, and especially for a woman. Because women, we are the consumers of men, we are the market for men. So I think it's reasonably right for a woman to actually say and determine what a high value man is. Okay, so let's start with the etymology of the word and break it down, okay? So we've got three words: high, value, man. So let's look at the word high. So the meaning of the word high is a level, point, or place that is above the rest, okay? So we know that the sky is high because it's higher than the sea, or the land, which is lower than the sky. So we know high means something that's above the rest, okay? Then we look at the word value. Now, value, if you're describing something as a noun, has two meanings. First meaning is the regard that something is held to deserve or esteem, the importance, worth, or usefulness of something, which means it's valuable. You can use it and get value out of it. And then the second meaning for value is principles or standards of behavior, one's judgment of what is important in life. Now, I think for women, if we had to choose between the two, the second one would be what we mean by value. Because whilst you can be useful, if you don't have standards or principles or a certain way of behaving, you're just not any value to us. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but most normal, high value women that I know value principles, standards, and behavior pretty much more than anything, right? So then we look at the third word, which is man. And, a man could be the simple definition, which is a male born with the male chromosome that has grown into a full adult. And then we can look at the traditional sense of a traditional man and what makes a man, which is his ability to protect and provide for his family and community. And that's kind of like a universal agreed concept. I know Western societies are trying to really make the whole role reversal thing and men and women and women and men, but let's just say traditionally around the world, universally, men are the protectors and providers of the family and the community. So we agree that the high value man means someone who is above average in their usefulness or values and principles and is a man. Right? Okay. So let's just understand that is what a high value man is. A man with high personal values, principles, and standards is useful. And these types of men will always be sought after. Always, whether professionally, romantically, or even as friends. Because the truth is, a lot of men have low personal values, low principles, and poor behavior. Most men are not high value. They are low value. And you can see that by the fruits that they bear. It's just ridden through their lives, Having high value is what makes men successful, because these are sought after men. Men who have core principles such as being dependable, reliability, loyalty, commitment, consistency, honesty, efficiency, ambition. These are men that are sought after in every field. Every single field, professionally and personally, because just not everybody's like this. And so this is why these types of men are usually higher earners, in good careers, mixed amongst higher social circles, and are respected amongst their peers because of their personal value. If a man understands the meaning of commitment, he's not going to be flaky or change his mind when he commits to something. And this makes him above average, because most people are flaky. They struggle to commit. Most men, average men, often struggle to commit to anything. Hence why a lot of average men don't succeed in life, because they don't stay focused. They can't commit to one path. They're here, there, and everywhere. You'll notice this in his behavior. You know, always switching jobs or needing multiple women, or, you know, you see this when men can't commit. You see it by what they produce. And low value or average men do this. Whereas a high value man knows how to commit. He knows the meaning of commitment and honoring his word, whatever that is, whether it's committed to his chosen path in his career field, committed to the woman in his life, committed to, you know, his relationships with his friends, or what he says. High value men commit. Okay. Again, when a man is dependable and reliable, he can be trusted. And again, most people or average men often aren't reliable. Even like people that we think are high value are not reliable. And the thing about being reliable and dependable is that people can trust you. And when people can trust you, people are more influenced by you. People respect you more. People want to do more things for you, because guess what? A lot of people around them are not dependable. That's mean average people or low value or average men aren't often dependable. You know, I remember dating this guy, and he was very wealthy, young, Black American, came from a very good family. He actually even bought a sports team. That's how I met him. He bought a sports team in my city for about $5 million. And, you know, he was a good guy. He was cool, but he was just really unreliable. Like, he had all the things that you would want, you know, if you thought about, okay, you want to marry a man into a good family and, you know, have legacy and all that. But he was really unreliable. Like, we'd make plans, and then last minute he'd be canceling, and then he'd want to make up to me. And, you know, yeah, he might want to do things to make it up. But it was like, I just couldn't really mess with him. And then he'd agree to do something, then he'd take forever to do it. And it was just like, you know, okay. And then whilst I was dating him, I actually met my fiance. And also, like, he didn't have the kind of money or the level of money that this other guy did, but I actually chose my fiance because he had high value characteristics. He was honest, he was reliable, he was consistent, I could depend on him. And when I was looking at somebody to marry, those are the traits that you want in a husband. Obviously added to the fact that he had money too, but those are the traits that you want in a husband, or a high, well, I would say high value man. And this is why I always say high value does just not mean money. Because a man can have money and be low value. Straight up. He can be low value in his behaviors and in his principles. You know, he could have money, but he could be stingy. He could be tight. So no use to you. You know, he could have made money from scamming people, or, you know, selling drugs, or being dishonest. So money does not make a man high value. But a man cannot be high value without money. Because a man needs to be useful to his children, to his women, to his family. And if he can't provide the basic things for his family, like food, shelter, and clothing, he's not considered a useful man universally. And some men don't like that idea because they're living in their victimhood and they haven't been successful. But it's the truth. Like, if you can't provide the basics, a basic standard of life, you have no business being a father. You know, and ladies, you need to understand this. Like, you can have a man with all the great personalities and characteristics and be a nice guy, but if he cannot provide for you and a child, you have no business pursuing anything serious with this guy. Like, he's low value, you know? So I know this is a very brief overview, but I hope that makes sense to everybody. In terms of what a high value man is. It is not just being a high earner, although that is a byproduct. You know, high earners often, it's the byproduct of their personal value and their core values. And, you know, these things are usually the basis for his success and the respect he gets from those around him, not just his money. You know, as I said, it's a byproduct of his personal values. So just make sure you don't look at a high value man as just being somebody with money, but also someone who has the core value system to support that. That is a high value man. Okay, ladies, so until next time,